What is going on there, agents? How you doing? My name is Pone. Welcome to the channel. We have some patch notes coming for the April 12th update 1.1, and I wanted to share some of the highlights of these notes with you guys. And as always, if you want to go over them yourselves and see some of the more in-depth bug fixes and everything like that, the patch notes will be located in the description of this video. So let's just get started. We know that the gear sets have varying gear score. We know the Tactician's Authority is a build for electronics and support players. We know the Striker's Battle Gear has bonuses for assault rolls, the Sentry's Call enhances the Marksman roll, and the Path of the Nomad adds bonuses for solo players. Why this is important is because one of the biggest issues in this game right now is the lack of opportunity for people to get good loot for solo play. This is going to be great news for a lot of people that like to just roll solo inside the Dark Zone. And from what we know, this is an item set that is supposed to be exclusive for the Dark Zone. Maybe not only earned in the Dark Zone, maybe you can craft some things as well, but we do know that it is set to be revolving around the Dark Zone experience. We also know the Dark Zone supply drops will drop multiple supply caches. This was expected, but I believe was just now finally confirmed. Now, we do know that the supply drops are going to work a few ways. We know NPCs are going to be spawned around it to protect the drops themselves. We know they're non-contaminated, which means you do not need to extract them. The moment you secure them is the moment it is a permanent item on your person, which is cool. And we know it's probably going to create a crazy free-for-all. They mentioned in the live stream last week that these are supposed to happen every hour. We don't know if they have a window between each hour or if it's on a set time every hour mark or how it's going to work. We'll find out. But we know they're going to happen quite frequently. A cool feature is obviously knowing that it happens in these multiple areas, which means there's probably going to be one for DZO 1, 2, 3, all the way up through 6. And the loot in those will probably reflect those areas. So that way, people that are just new to the game and new to the Dark Zone, just hit level 30, can still have an opportunity at loot reflective of their level in that DZO1 area, where the more experienced and better geared players can be up in the DZO6 area fighting down those high-level NPCs and other players for even better loot. Moving on over to new things, we know there are 3 new named high-end weapons being added in. We have the Warlord Assault Rifle, the Valkyria Submachine Gun, and the Historian Marksman. But the Marksman is not going to be available until update 1.2, so sometime shortly after the 12th launch, it will be out to the public. The Phoenix credit buff for the named NPCs will officially go into effect. It was told that it was going to come out last time with the previous patch notes, but they halted that because they found a bug with it, so now it's coming into effect. Level 30 NPCs are going to drop between 1 and 3 Phoenix creds, level 31s are going to be between 2 and 4, and level 32s are going to be between 3 and 5. So that's pretty awesome. Recalibrating high ends now cost regular credits. The credits earned inside of the open world, not inside of the Dark Zone, which is cool. I like that scales more effectively and you don't blow a lot of Phoenix credits. The DZ06 vendor now sells items for DZ credits instead of Phoenix credits as well. So by now you're probably asking yourself, well, what the hell am I going to use Phoenix credits for? I bought all the blueprints I need in the Boo vendor, so that's probably going to mean that you're going to now need those to go ahead and craft and recalibrate those nice, fancy new gear sets. They also mentioned they added a DZ bracket for Gear Score 160+. If you did not know, Gear Score is the way that you level your character beyond the max rank that you hit with level 30. So no longer is it going to show somebody's rank at 30. It's going to show their Gear Score. And what I believe this whole thing means is, from what I've been told, is it translates to basic game instances. So instead of being a Gear Score 160+, being in there with a bunch of low levels, it's supposed to balance the playing field so that you are going to be paired inside the Dark Zone with other people your level. A big one here, they've added new level 31 and 32 high-end blueprints to vendors. Yes, that's right, level 32, because up until now, there's only item level 31s that we can craft. So throwing 32 in the mix is obviously going to be great, especially if they're able to be purchased right off the bat before we can even hop into the incursions on the 12th. What we do know is that the gear score is being implemented. So does this mean level 32, 33s, 34s are going to continue and they're still going to somehow coexist with gear score, or if it's just going to be replaced by that? I guess we're going to have to wait and find out. They've also removed the D-Tech requirements from some level 31 crafting blueprints. Now, I don't know if this means because they're going to be implemented with 32, and as things start scaling, those things that were previously required for 31s are now going to be needed for 32s, and it's less expensive for the 31s. I don't know how that's going to work out, but it seems like that's what they're migrating towards. Now, over to the big one, the changes to crafting. They've increased the cost of material conversion and crafting. It now costs 10 greens instead of 5 to make 1 blue material. It now costs 15 blues instead of 5 to make 1 high-end material. It now costs 10 gold materials, high-end materials, to craft high-ends instead of the 8 it used to be. So you know how you used to need like 3 tools and 5 weapon parts? Well, you know we'll probably need 5 weapon parts and 5 tools. Ooh, and it gets better. They changed the deconstruction yield for high-end and standard. So deconstructing a green now gives you just 1 material instead of the 2 it used to, and deconstructing a gold now gives you 1 instead of 2. And if you pay attention to that, deconstructing a high-end used to lessen the blow. You would get 2 from that. So whereas you would break down something that would give you 2 weapon parts, you would only need 3 new ones on top and 3 tools. But this is going to completely change the way crafting is, and it's going to make it harder for you guys to craft things. I, for one, absolutely love this change, and I know I'm probably part of the minority. Lots of people like things being easier, and I do not like that the entire in-game right now is crafting. If you look at your gear right now, probably all of it was something that you made at a workbench. And that's not very fun. I really want to see things change. Can you imagine if crafting was not as strong and reliable as it was at the start? People would have tons of different weapons. People would have naturally found weapons. You'd be dealing with vectors and MP5s and SMG9A2s and, you know, AK-47s. There would be such a variety and differences between players inside the Dark Zone. And that's not where we want to be. So honestly, I think this is a great change. Now all they need to do is increase the drop rates so that every time I clear a stash, I've got like 4 or 5 inside of that. And this will definitely enhance the experience overall. So I don't know exactly what's going to happen, if they're going to increase the drop rates to make up for these changes, or if this is exactly how it's going to go out. I don't know. But I'm very curious to see how you guys feel about these changes, what's good, what's bad, and leave that down in a comment in the comment section below. Thanks for watching, guys. I will keep you guys up to date on all the news and information about the Division. So stay tuned, subscribe if you're new here, and I will see you guys out there.